Hi, I'm Hallie Nickerson. I'm 23. I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm currently a second year MFA at Parsons, and I just had my thesis show. The title of the work is Who Is She? And this work is an installation. One aspect of the installation is the normal self. So it's treading on the normal self versus the fantastical self, or the non-character versus the character, or this kind of normalized blackness, everyday my blackness, versus kind of a fantastical blackness. So it's just kind of investigating all of these realities or frameworks. I've taken self-portraits of myself as myself in the same pose as my Sister Soldier character, the icon character. So the fantastical character, this fantastical blackness, this like overly dressed up character, and where she gets ready, does she get ready here? This is her space. On top of the vanity is a video which flickers and flashes between the Sister Soldier character and then myself as myself. So it's like moving and shifting back and forth between both identities. What shapes my practice largely is psychoanalytic theory. I'm really interested in psychology, stepping into a character and stepping outside of yourself. There's a text by Foucault called, I think it was What is an Author? But he talked about the way he would write a character and how this stepping outside of himself was a way for him to like better understand the world when he detached himself from his actual self and embodied this like other name or character. There's a cutout of Sister Soldier, so in this logic, Sister Soldier is kind of what perhaps the non-character is aspiring to be. And there's also just me mimicking this like icon or character. For me and my practice, I am understanding the pose as being this tool or like a strategy. And I think the pose is a strategy for me to investigate these different identities. I think about it as being kind of like an endurance act or an endurance performance. And a lot of my work, besides like, I guess overall starts with performance and performativity. When we're thinking about a pose is like a strategic stop in motion, really taking into consideration like time, space, physics, the way our bodies move through the world and through time and space. But besides that, also just thinking about the pose as being like a declaration. It's a demand, and I think that the pose demands that you're gonna see me, you're gonna listen to what I have to say, you're gonna look. Throughout like my time at Parsons, I've been really trying to investigate and figure out for my practice and myself if the pose is a radical act, and I do think that it is. I think that because it's a voluntary stillness in a fluid time, in the fluidity of time, that's what makes it radical, along with these other like layers to that stop in motion. Like the fist, like that's a pose, it's a strategic stop in time, but it's also a demand. The mimic is what interests me. I feel like a large strategy or aspect of my practice through performativity is this mimicking. And then even when I'm So I'm mimicking other like moments, stopped moments in history, like the fist. Like I'm thinking about, you know, Black Panthers. I'm thinking about Tommy Smith and at the Mexico City Olympics. I'm thinking about all these stops in time, and then it's just comes full circle, and it's funny when I see someone mimicking the mimic that I mimicked. So it creates this, it kind of continues and creates this like this rhythm. In terms of the objects, I understand objects and even my sculpture work as found objects. I'm understanding the found object as being one small aspect in the overall kind of gathering of data or information. Each object that I work with, I have a direct association to, and that association is memories. Like my dad playing Public Enemy while I'm driving to school. It's like the hair clips, I remember the hair clips, and just things that I remember. I remember when I was getting my hair done as a child, just things that have been really like ingrained and worked into the construction of my identity. But then I'll also like bring that in, and it'll sit in this database, or it'll just be stacked into all of the information. As the viewer like looks at the work or sifts through the work and kind of wanders through the stacking of information, it's almost like they are hopping through different aspects of time and maybe place. Just because like you can hop from Public Enemy, then you can hop to Missy Elliott, or you can hop from Lena Horne to hair clips, just all of these different, so in my internal logic, it feels like a time travel. The way I work with my costumes is much like the way I work with all the other sculptural objects. So I treated the boots almost like I would treat myself or treat someone I'm grooming. I used comb parts, headscarves, do-rags, just anything that I would think of in terms of me getting my hair done when I was a child. It was kind of a meditative experience of doing hair, so I was braiding things and twisting things, adding barrettes, adding little cute clips, and it was very laborious. And there are also razors on it, so there's also a link back to the Sissa Soch character and her being like an icon of self-defense and power, and it also kind of directly links back to my hair weapon sculptures, which are deconstructed hair tools that have been reconstructed into weapons. The hair tools, they are treading on a duality while also functioning as a double entendre, kind of like Man Ray's iron with the spikes. I'm interested in thinking about the objects in terms of memory, but also like could they be reimagined as weapons of self-defense, or are they kind of physical manifestations of Black rage? But also largely interested in the labor and the tediousness, and wondering and thinking about the violence that goes into the maintaining and the labor and the maintaining and the upkeep of an image. I'm really interested in this overall, and I think with my entire practice, these questions of upkeep and an image, and why do we maintain a specific image? And I do think that there is an underlying violence to that upkeep. One of the first classes that I took at Berkeley was this kind of Black feminist think tank seminar, and we read Sister Outsider by Audre Lorde. So they were uses of the erotic as power. We're reading When and Where I Enter by Paula Giddings, Words of Fire, Beloved, just a bunch of Toni Morrison, just honestly shit tons of Black feminist theory and literature. And I think that has shaped, it kind of constructed the way I think and look at the world, and it shaped my thinking and my approach to my art practice. Embodied Avatars by Uri McMillan. It tracks the genealogy of Black feminist performance art. So that's major, and I found that really helpful. There's a text called Rhetoric of the Pose. It kind of starts with investigating Hannah Wilke and her, what they kind of describe as radical narcissism. And I find that term, radical narcissism to be really interesting, and I've kind of incorporated that into my practice. Souls of Black Folks by Du Bois. What interests me most about that text is this concept of double consciousness and this investigation of the multiplicity of the self and this doubled self and viewership and the ways in which we understand identity and navigate through those multiple identities.
I think the fumes are getting to my head. I think I'm lightweight, feeling like I'm dead. I think I've lost touch with this dimension. I think I've lost all my inhibition. Wow, what is going on? What is going on? I think I might be floating up in space. I think there's something wrong with your face. Maybe something's wrong with my eyes. I think that everything I see is lies, lies, lies. Whoa, what is going on? What is going on?
I know I must be higher, else I wouldn't be rapping. Oh my god, what the fuck is happening? I see your mouth moving, but it sounds like pig Latin or something else foreign. I don't speak Spanish, solo un poquito. Dame un burrito, carnitas y chorizo. Throwing back shots of tequila with my people. You are not my equal, you're a square root, but a multiplier gamer, I'll divide you from your root. If you got a problem, well you should come and find me. If you can catch up, cause you bitches are behind me. Grimy, but I rock a clean demeanor. I'll munch you up for luncheon like an Oscar Mayer wiener.
What is going on? What is going on? I think my legs are melting to the ground. I think that I'm imagining that sound. Oh shit, I can't control my breathing. shit, I think I'm seeing deep.